I'm here to tell you about a small book that I made a few years ago called Draw Your Own Fairy Tale. So this book was put together pretty quickly to be able to show it in a book festival, but I'd like to revisit that book and show you some of the drawings that I did there and how to recreate those and make your own fairy tale from it. So how to make your own book. We're going to take a look at a couple characters from that fairy tale book today. And then in a later video, we'll visit some more. So are you ready for me to show you these? The first step I've taken is a regular sheet of 8.5 by 11 copy paper. I have folded that in half in an attempt to save some paper. So we're going to use a few different sides here. The first character I'm going to show you is my version of an ogre. First, I'm going to draw a circle for the body, so I'm going to put that right in the middle, and I want to leave room for the head and the arms and legs and everything. Then a smaller circle on top for the head, kind of looking like a snowman. Then what I'm going to do is right a little higher than the middle of the body. I'm going to make a little point on either side and draw some triangles coming out. Do something similar for the legs. So down here at the bottom, triangle. Actually, I want to make that one a little bit wider. Another triangle. All right, we've got our basic stuff down. Okay, still everything looks about the same size. Or where it should be, I should say. So, I mean, these arms are about the same size, legs are about the same size, and they're about, where they should be. Arms are on the side, legs are on the bottom. Okay, so if everything looks good, move the head. If you want to fix some stuff, now's the time to do it. I'm going to go ahead and draw where I want my fingers to go. So those circles represent the thumb. And what I mean by represent is it's not finished yet, so officially not quite fingers. Down here, I'm going to draw a little triangle out this way. Boop. Then we got kind of like boots going on. But our ogre is barefoot. So there's a giant toe, and then we'll add to that soon. I'm also going to draw a little circle for a belly button, and now a crazy face. So on either side I will put some circles for the ears, then right in the middle we'll draw a half circle for the nose, some big nostrils. And right on top of those, I'm going to set some eyes, so a little bit bigger circles, and we're going to keep the eyes wide open. This ogre is alert. One big brow. So line across for the eyebrow. Now here, we're going to give the mouth is similar to the nose. A big half circle. And I'm going to put a single tooth there. Our poor ogre only has one tooth. Oh well. Alright, so now that I've got all those things in there that I like how I want it, I'm going to go in and change up some things so we'll have a very finished looking ogre. Alright, so let's see. First, I'm going to erase here. I want to connect this nose so it's like all one shape, and I'm going to put those little nostrils there, and I'm going to add a little like a crescent moon for the tongue, another little curve to show the lip, and I'm going to actually curve this line a little bit more so it's ogre looks a little bit angry. I'm not having the best of days here. Then we'll add some stuff for the ears, and we want to make those ears look like they're a little bit more connected. So try to make those connected to the body a little bit more. And I'm going to add another line in there for an extra wrinkle. Same with the eyes. Put some bottom lids for extra character. And then some kind of chubby cheeks. Our ogre doesn't really have much of a neck going on. But that's going to overlap the body. So you see what you can do? You can start with some really easy shapes, and that doesn't mean that that has to stay that way. You can change it up from there. But it gives you the overall shape and everything that you want. Helps you so your character stays symmetrical if that's what you want. So each eye is about the same size, each arm is around the same size, you know, all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm going to figure out these feet. So I like this. I'm going to keep that. Add that little kind of square edge for a toenail. Then I'm going to curve this. Keep it looking like my ogre has big feet, kind of small legs. That's where it comes in. So those kind of curved lines make it look more like the body's all connected, as it should be. Now, how do we want to do this? Let's do big curve across that way for the pants. Maybe give our ogre some little shorts. So now one reason we draw the parts that we eventually won't see is because it helps us know where they are, right? So we know the pants are going to be bigger than the leg, so it helps to see where the leg would be, and that way we can draw the pants to fit right. Otherwise you might have a real tiny leg inside of a huge pair of pants. How about some suspenders? We don't see those too often. So draw a line straight down. Other side. I'm gonna go back down here and add an extra toe. Let's see. And alright, so last thing we kind of want to look at will be the arms, the hands. Got that curved line in there. We don't need our initial line. Draw a sleeve underneath either side. So we want to make sure it's before the thumbs. And then you can just draw that back to the body. And hands. Okay, so now I'm going to curve that thumb around. We can do the same thing like we did with that toenail. It's starting to look more like hands, right? Kind of stubby hands. That's what I was going for. half circles for the nails. Check it out. If you've made any of these and you want to share, I'd love to see them, so send them my way. I want to see what kind of drawings you make. And then I can share them too. Alright, so I put shirt sleeves, but right now he's shirtless. Let's draw this other line. I should have done that before the suspenders. So he's got a shirt on and pants, but his belly's showing a little bit. Should erase that bottom line. Just a little bit. And we'll draw a little bit of a neck here. So not much. And the last thing I want to add, because I like my details, a couple hairs. Hair sticking out of his ears. He's got hairy hands. So just a bunch of little lines, hairy legs and feet. There's our ogre. Alright, so I flipped the paper over to create our next fairy tale creature, which is a mermaid. So I want you to start with this circle for the head. Draw a little rectangle for the neck. Then I'm going to put 2 small circles here for the shoulders. And a little ways down, I'm going to put a point here. And a point here. I'm going to draw a diamond shape for top half. So I'm going to put a little point on this other side too. Try to make that around the same size. Then, kind of overlapping a little bit, I'm going to draw another circle here. And like we did with the diamond, I'm going to put a point down here. And from the edge of that circle, draw a line down. So we're making a triangular shape. And now a wide triangle. We're almost there. Now, that little space in between, or if you need to draw on top, that's cool too. Draw so this shape right here. So we've got a long rectangle shape. Alright, now we're going to draw another long, thin rectangle. And a small circle here, a small circle here. Alright, she's coming together. Okay, so those are our basic shapes. And now, before we get too much detail here, I'm going to start in the middle of the head and just draw a curved line down. Not too far because we're not done with this part yet. And out. And then a little half circle here. Lower down, we'll draw a smile. And a circle on top of that for the lips. Little nose. And a half circle on either side above where the smile ends. Oval. And since her hair covers her eyebrow on this side, we'll just draw a smidge. And this one over here. Okay. Now, we want to fix this body so it looks a little bit more real, right? Okay, what we're going to need to do now is draw a line here down, like a triangle, here, and we'll just connect that. So we don't need those circles anymore. We want to make sure she has shoulders. And now she does. also erase that line and that line. So I'm going to give her an interesting outfit. So she's got these long sleeves, and what I want to do here where the neck is a half circle. Next up, I'm going to erase this little overlap section here in the middle, and we'll add a little bit more of a curve in there. And the opposite that way. Alright, now we can also erase this bottom part of this circle, so we don't need that anymore. Actually, I want to keep this kind of thin, so we can emphasize this tail. Erase some of these lines before it gets too confusing looking. And right here in the center, do a half. Because it's not quite a half circle, but a curve. Alright, now she needs a few other things, so let's do this. Let's draw a little bit of a curved line here and here. And now what she needs the most is we've got to fix up her arms and hands. So let's make her arm a little bit bigger. Put some meat on her bones. So we just made that a little bit wider and more curved arm. And now we know how we want to do the hands. So her hands are on her hips, so we'll just do kind of simple. Do is right in here, draw the thumb coming out, and then make a triangle coming off the circle, and then you can just add a few lines in there for the fingers if you like. But she's a mermaid, you can mix it up. If you want her to have fins, she could have fins. I've seen so many different versions of mermaids, so you can kind of take this and make it different how you want to make it. Alright, then we'll just add a few other things. So I'm going to add a few curved lines here for the hair. And I'm going to round out her face a little bit more. She's looking like a bearded lady. And I'm not really going for that right now. So, just want to show her face shape a little bit more. Draw a couple little eyelashes. Everybody's got eyelashes, so sometimes it's like a character feature, so you can draw them on men or women. Either way, since we all have them. But depends on the kind of character I'm drawing. For me, last little bit you can do if you like is we'll draw some little waves like this across here for scales. So really it's just that little half circle scale shape. So I'm going to do the shape all the way until it starts to get wider down here, and then draw some lines out. Alright, what do you think? On to character number 3. This time it will be Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk. So let's start with a circle for the head. Then I'm going to put a point up here, and we are going to make a cone on the top of his head. And I'm going to draw another line out and make a different kind of triangle here. Another triangle. Big fan of my triangles, I guess. So I don't want to go out past the head. I want the triangle to be just as wide or not quite as wide as the circle for the head. Alright, now a rectangle body. Draw a half circle here and another half circle on this side. Then let's draw this. So some long legs. So I'm going to draw almost a triangle, just those two sides here. A line across. Then we want to draw a line back up. And we'll draw some overlapping circles here for the hands. Okay, there are our basics for Jack. Now, let's go ahead and add some other stuff in. So right here, I'm going to do a curved line. And circle for one eye, circle for another eye. Little nose, some rosy cheeks, and a smile. Definitely need some ears. And now we can erase this line up here. We don't need to see the top of his head anymore. We know it's under the hat. And this part of the hat is all one piece too. This. No longer need that. And I'm going to give Jack a little neck. Getting a little bit more complicated with our simple shape drawings. So this is sort of usually kind of how I make things. Even my complicated drawings start with simple shapes. Now, we want to thicken up his arms and probably give him some shoulders, huh? So, let's do this. Loop it around. Oh, Jack's looking good. Erase the inside of those circles. Go ahead and put the thumb up here on the side. that off a little bit. One, two, three. Should we give him some boots? I'm gonna line up high here. Pointy boots. He's kind of elvish. Alright, so that's all the basic stuff for Jack. Now I'm going to add some more detail, make Jack a little bit more interesting. So I'm going to add some spiky hair coming out from under the hat. Pupils. We can't see his eyebrows because they're tucked under the hat. Add a little line under the eye. A little line there for the nose. I'm going to make the hat a little bit kind of floppy-ish. So I'm going to curve that line in. Then I also want to give him a spiky collar. His upper arms are a little bit thicker. And his body, I'm going to widen the top a little bit. His body's a little bit shapeless right now, right? Or it's a very tough shape. So we're going to make him a little bit softer. Because he is human. He's not a rock. And I'm going to curve that line. Everything's starting to look more realistic. Cartoon realistic. And he's got some soft boots. These kind of roll over. So this is the top of the boot rolled over. Upturn point. I always think that makes it look a little happier. And a little heel. Because most boots have a heel. And that line for the sleeve. Alright, we've got Jack. I'll be back again with some more fairy tale stuff for you so we can complete the scene. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining.